What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 17 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 17 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which should be a link down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $378 just yesterday. Another member who won $150 for the fourth day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to talk about is Dorian Finney-Smith for 11.5 points and rebs, and this one actually is for more. Now when we look at Dorian Finney-Smith, we've actually seen him go in the over in 4 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now as we all know, Cleveland Cavaliers do rank 13th when it comes to points allowed, and on top of that, when we look at rebounds allowed, we also see the Cavaliers do rank 4th. So they do rank pretty high in those two categories, but the big reason why we do very much like the over for this situation here is first that Dorian Finney-Smith has a very good usage rate and is very consistent and getting close to this line. On top of that, when we actually look at the Cavaliers, they do a very poor job at restricting points and rebs to the forward position, so we definitely see that being, you know, a big case here. Even when they played against Boston, who is a very tough team who do rank pretty high at restricting someone like Dorian Finney-Smith's position, he still was able to get 10 as these points and rebs line, so still very close to the line of 11.5. And now that they do face off, although Cleveland overall do rank higher when it comes to those points and rebs allowed, when we look at per position, we see a different picture, as we see Dorian Finney-Smith should be able to take advantage of this and be able to go on the over. Now his average over the last 5 is also 14.2, which is fantastic to see, so it is significantly above the line as well, so all signs point towards the over for this one. So Dorian Finney-Smith 4 points and rebs for 11.5 for more, I think is an absolute steal. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Ivica Zubac. So as we all know, Zubac has been playing fantastic, and this one is for points and rebs as well for 28.5, and this one actually is for more. Now we look at Zubac, we've actually seen him go in the over in 2 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Toronto Raptors. Now as we all know, Toronto Raptors, when it comes to points allowed, they do actually rank 30th when it comes to points allowed, and on top of that, when we look at Toronto Raptors when it comes to rebounds allowed, we see that the Raptors do rank better, but they also rank 6th. So a little bit of a discrepancy there when it comes to, there's a big gap between those two, but overall Toronto do a very poor job at restricting points, rebs, even assists to the center position, and we think Zubac should be able to take advantage of this coming into this game. Zubac has been playing great so far, you know, although he's only gone on the over 2 out of the last 5 games, the times that he has missed it, he's gotten very close. You know, the most recent game against Sacramento, he only missed it by 0.5, so he's really good at getting close to this line, which is what we like to see. With a matchup like Toronto Raptors, we definitely see him going on the over here. Now Toronto isn't the fastest paced team out there, but they definitely tend to push the pace of a lot of other teams, and we definitely see that with the LA Clippers. Within Clippers, although they are a little bit slower when it comes to pace, we definitely see them, you know, increasing their pace, keeping up with Toronto Raptors. I think Raptors are definitely going to try to push the pace as much as possible, and because that is so important, is that will give Zubac definitely more volume in the rebounding department and also points department as well. So definitely keep an eye out for him. When we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the over as well, so that's definitely a benefit there. So you want to keep an eye out for Ivica Zubac, especially with the way he has been playing so far, and his average over the last 5 is also 27.4, so slightly under this line, but definitely close enough for us to like this pick on the over. So Ivica Zubac 28.5 points and rebs for more, I think is an absolute steal. Again, to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Jaylen Johnson. So Jaylen Johnson, great player, and this one is a rebs and assist one, so a combo one once again for 13.5, and this one is for over or for more. Now, when we look at Jaylen Johnson, we've actually seen him go on the over in 4 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see. Now, this is a Rebs and assists one, and they do face off against the Chicago Bulls. Now, when we look at Chicago Bulls, we do see that the Bulls do rank 29th when it comes to assists allowed. And on top of that, when we look at rebounds allowed, we also do see that the Bulls rank low as well, as they rank 28th. So this one's kind of a no-brainer to us. You know, Jaylen Johnson is a great player. He's had a very high usage rate, and that's why he's been able to go on the over, 4 out of the last 5 games. But on top of that, when we look at his average over the last 5, it is 15.6, so above this line, which is great to see. Chicago Bulls also rank very low in both categories, so this one's kind of just a no-brainer to us. We definitely see him going on the over here, and when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So all signs point towards the over. This one's a no-brainer to us. So Jaylen Johnson for 13.5 rebs and assists for more, I think is a great pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Chris Paul. So Chris Paul, as we all know, fantastic player, has been playing great, especially for his new team. Now, when it comes to his new team, the San Antonio Spurs, they haven't had, the greatest start to the season. They're currently 4-5, but now they do face off against Utah Jazz, who are also 1-7. So Chris Paul so far this season has been averaging 11.1 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 8 assists, while also shooting 48% from the field, which is great to see. And I face off against the Jazz, and when we look at the Jazz, we see that they rank 26th in points allowed, 26th in assists allowed, and then 25th in rebounds allowed. So very low in all categories, and because of that, we are definitely expecting Chris Paul to be able to go in the over here. Now, Chris Paul is a fantastic player, but on top of everything else, big reason why we do like the over is that Jazz do a poor job at restricting points, rebs, and assists as well to the point guard position. So we definitely see that being a big case coming into this one. Chris Paul, not only is he fantastic, but he definitely has a good amount of usage rate in all departments. So we definitely see that being a big plus coming into this matchup. He has been playing great so far, and it should continue on into this next matchup, no doubt about it. And especially with the way Chris Paul has been playing, I think he should have no problem, and this one's just another no-brainer to us. So you definitely would want to keep an eye out for his line. I see a lot of value there for him to go on the over. So like I always mentioned with these lines, if the line is under his averages, definitely look to go on the over. So I think there'll be a lot of great value there. Now, getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about Cam Thomas. So Cam Thomas, as we all know, another fantastic player from the Brooklyn Nets, has been averaging 24.9 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 3.1 assists. So he's done a great job for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Brooklyn Nets are actually coming off back-to-back games. They do face off against Cleveland Cavaliers in this next series. Now, when we look at Cleveland Cavaliers, we also do know that the Cavaliers do rank 13th in points allowed, like we mentioned before, 6th in assists allowed, and then 4th in rebounds allowed. So pretty high in all categories. Now, there's still a big reason why we do like the under for this situation here, not just because of that, but on top of that, Cam Thomas is a shooting guard, and Cavs do a very good job at restricting points, rebs, and assists to the shooting guard position. Now, although Cam Thomas definitely has, one of the highest usage rates in his team, we definitely see a lot of the focus being on him when it comes to coming into this game. We definitely see him going on the under due to the fact that when it comes to Cam Thomas, he is, technically the star player for this team. Cavaliers tend to really focus in on stars, restrict him as much as possible, and I definitely see that happening with him. So you definitely want to keep an eye out for Cam Thomas. I definitely see a lot of value there to go on the under. On top of that, when it comes to Cavaliers pace, they are a little bit of a slower team, and we definitely see with slower teams that Cam Thomas definitely struggles to get the volume, whether it's points, rebs, and assists. So for that reason, we definitely see that affecting Cam Thomas and having him go on the under in this situation here. So definitely keep an eye out for Cam Thomas. Like I always mentioned with his line, keep an eye out for the line first. If it is too close to his averages, then definitely look to go on the under. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Dyson Daniels. So, Dyson Daniels from Australia, plays for the Atlanta Hawks now with his new team, and he's been averaging 11.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 2.4 assists, while also shooting 45.5% from the field as well. Now, they are coming off a game as well. When it comes to Atlanta Hawks, they just finished up a matchup against Detroit Pistons, and they do face off next game or in a back-to-back series, back-to-back games against, none other than the Chicago Bulls. So we did talk about Chicago Bulls earlier in this video, but just to recap, Chicago Bulls do rank 27th in points allowed, 29th in assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed. They do rank 28th. So, not only just in the lower tier, but in the very, very lower tier. So pretty much almost last. So because of that, we see Dyson Daniels not having any problems here being able to go over on his line. Now, he doesn't have the massive or like a huge usage rate in any of these departments, but he definitely has enough to see his line and to see him be able to go over on his line as well. Dyson Daniels is a great player. It is his new team, but as of recently, we definitely have seen him get a good amount of usage rate out there on the floor. And we definitely see that happening again once in this game. So the Chicago Bulls Atlanta Hawks game, Atlanta Hawks or Dyson Daniels in Hawks has been playing the guard position, and on top of that, Chicago Bulls do a very poor job at restricting points, reps, and assists to the guard position as well. So I think it is going to be definitely a biter game for someone like Dyson Daniels, and he should be able to go on the over here, no doubt about it. So keep an eye out for his line, and like I always mentioned, with his line, keep an eye out for it. If it is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be a link down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.